Have you ever wondered how some people remain calm and grounded amidst chaos? In the next 15 minutes, I'm going to share with you how to stay centered no matter what's going on around you. This concept is powerful. It can change your whole outlook on life. It's simple and it's easy, which begs the question, why isn't everyone tapping into it? And I don't have an answer for that. We can't control what other people do. We can only control what we do. Actually, so let's start from there. Actually, let's start with a confession. I started my first business based completely on the concept of gratitude and appreciation. And yet, I wasn't a very grateful person. I was focused on what I couldn't do, what I didn't have, what wasn't working. One day I was talking with my friend and mentor, Paul Martinelli, going on and on and on about the not working story du jour. And he said to me, Lori, you know that book, The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles? He said, chapter 7 is on gratitude. You need to read that chapter every day, twice a day for the next 30 days. Read it once in the morning and once at night before you go to sleep for the next 30 days. I said, okay, all right, I'm up for that challenge. Here are a few lines from that book, from that chapter too. Many people who order their lives rightly in all other ways are kept in poverty by their lack of gratitude. But the value of gratitude does not consist solely in getting more blessings in the future. Without gratitude, you cannot long keep from dissatisfied thought regarding things as they are. Faith is born of gratitude. The grateful mind continually expects good things, and expectation becomes faith. Good stuff here. So I did Paul's challenge. Miraculously, on the 30th day, I got a call from an editor at Oprah's magazine, and she wanted to put my product, the gratitude cookie, in Oprah's favorite things section. How awesome is that? Can you believe it? Well, don't, because that call never came. No, in reality, nothing all that amazing or noticeable happened. In fact, it wasn't until I really I didn't really notice a difference until several months later. We were living in South Florida. My husband and I were driving home from Thanksgiving dinner at my friend Tim's house in Miami. It was about 90 miles up I-95. We were almost home, and smoke started pouring out the front of my car. I managed to pull off the highway at the nearest exit and get into a gas station that was right there. I called roadside assistance and they sent a tow truck. But it was late on Thanksgiving night, so it took a couple hours for them to show up. Now, normally, I would have gone into a rant. I can't believe this is happening. This sucks. Why is this happening to me? Have you ever been there? Come on, don't tell me you haven't been there. Instead, though, I went immediately to gratitude. Thank goodness we are only 5 miles from home. And thank goodness I was close to an exit. And thank goodness this gas station was open, and so on. Finally, my personal values matched the business value I was promoting. Coming back to Oprah Winfrey, she is quoted as saying, "Be thankful for what you have, you'll end up having more. If you don't concentrate, or if you concentrate on what you don't have, you will never, ever have enough." People are looking around right now and seeing all that they've lost. Money, jobs, freedom. It's hard. And if you're watching the news or spending a lot of time on social media, you're seeing the situation get worse every day. Here's how to quickly find your way back to happiness. Gratitude. Robert Emmons is a well-known gratitude researcher. He's conducted many, many studies on the link between gratitude and well-being. And his research confirms that gratitude increases happiness and reduces depression. It is scientifically proven that gratitude can help boost our happiness and our health. It sounds too simplistic, right? I mean, a lot of times, humans want to make things more complicated than they need to be. But really, it's as easy as when you have a negative thought, when you think something that doesn't feel good, catch yourself and think something you're grateful for. We cannot feel more than one emotion at a time. So if you're feeling anxious or afraid or worried, notice that and immediately bring to mind something you feel grateful for. It doesn't have to be anything monumental. It can be as simple as, I'm grateful to have a roof over my head today. I'm grateful I have my hearing. I'm grateful I have one roll of toilet paper. Whatever it is, you can come up with one thing. If you want, go ahead and challenge yourself and come up with 5 or 10 things. Here's an exercise for you. Find a gratitude buddy and email each other every day what you're grateful for. Do an online search for journal prompts so that you don't end up saying the same thing over and over again every day and you're stuck in a rut. A couple I recommend are, what are 5 personality traits that you're most thankful for? And list 5 things you love about your home. Gratitude is the catalyst for happiness. When you break down all the emotions that we can have, it really comes down to only 2. Elizabeth Kubler-Ross talked about this. Love and fear. All the other emotions come underneath one of those. Think about that for a moment. On the negative side, you've got despair, powerlessness, anger, worry, doubt. On the positive side, you have optimism, hopefulness, enthusiasm, joy, and gratitude. Love is the most powerful emotion, and gratitude is a form of love. So if you can catch yourself stuck in one of the more negative emotions, spinning around and around and around in worry, know that you can flip the script like this, simply by tapping into gratitude. Being grateful is not at all about feeling lucky because you have more or better than someone else. It's not, I appreciate my health because other people are sick. It's not about comparison. Gratitude is a feeling of appreciation and joy for simply having the thing, no matter what that thing is. Whether it's your eyesight or a pet or a new car, what you are grateful for is not as important as that you are grateful. That you live in this state of constant appreciation. That you can find the good and the gratitude in every situation. I hear you right now saying, yeah, that's great in theory, but okay, here's a way you can develop that gratitude muscle. Pay attention to your complaining. No doubt, you've heard you become what you think about. If you're complaining all the time, you're attracting more things to complain about. T. Harv Eker says, when you complain, you become a crap magnet. Complaints and gratitude don't fit in the same box. Start noticing what you're complaining about and notice the cycle of complaining going on around you. I don't have, I just need, I can't believe they didn't do whatever. Once you tune into it, you'll be astounded at how much complaining you hear. Not just from other people. You might think you're pretty good at staying above the fray, but listen to not only what comes out of your mouth, listen also to what's going on in your mind. How often are you silently complaining in your head? Pay attention and make note of that so you can stop it, so you can flip to gratitude. Feeling gratitude is vitally important to happiness. In addition to feeling gratitude, there's another side to it. And that side is sharing your gratitude. Are there people in your life you're grateful for? Do they know you appreciate them? What about the people you're not quarantined with? Your friends, clients, mentors from back in the day? Please don't assume they know. Several years ago, I read John Kralick's book, 365 Thank Yous. The year a simple act of daily gratitude changed my life. In that book, John shares how his life was in a shambles. He was at rock bottom. And he got the idea to start writing one thank you note a day to anyone who had ever done anything nice for him. From teachers to neighbors to the handyman. Every day for a year. Incredibly, almost like magic, his life and his luck started to change. Not overnight, just like my story a few minutes ago, not instantaneously, but still miraculously. When you share the gratitude you feel for others, not only do you feel good, you help them feel good. After I read John's book, I decided to take up the challenge and do the same thing. I kept a spreadsheet of people, both so that I could keep track of who I had sent to and I could add people to the list as I thought of them. These were all handwritten, stamped, mailed notes sent to anyone who had contributed to my life ever, provided I could find a mailing address for them. I was never able to find one for my 6th grade teacher, Mr. Sigalski, who was the first person to see leadership potential in me. And he made me captain of the safety patrols. So here's my public thank you to Mr. Sigalski. Now is the perfect time to engage in this exercise. As of this moment, the post office is still operating. Now, even if you can't or you don't want to put a note in the mail during this time, you can still write one every day. You can start creating a list and start writing and then mail them after all this is over, which it will be because this too shall pass. What you don't want to let pass is the opportunity to let others know how much you appreciate them. As I was putting together this presentation, I remembered how I used to send out a weekly email with an inspirational quote and a story or an interpretation of that quote, maybe with some uplifting commentary on current events. And it seems like a good time to start doing that again. So if you like this idea, drop a comment in the comment section here, or go to zenrabbit.com/wisdom to sign up. And it's free. I'll put a link in the comment section for that too. Okay, so let's close with a recap of your action steps. 1, when you notice yourself feeling anxious or afraid or worried, or if you find yourself criticizing, immediately bring to mind something you're grateful for. Number 2, find a gratitude buddy and email each other every day what you're grateful for. Number 3, start writing notes of appreciation to people in your life, now as well as in your past. And as I just mentioned, number 4, go to zenrabbit.com/wisdom to sign up for the weekly Zen Rabbit Wisdom. The simple concept of gratitude is powerful. Use it to stay centered and grounded, regardless of what you see going on around you. In the wise words of Wayne Dyer, the universe provides abundantly when you are in a state of gratefulness.